morning, boys and girls. It's Miss Heathcock. I'm so glad to see you back again today. I hope you've been enjoying learning at home with your family. Today, we're going to read a story in our Reading Street book. Remember, we call this our Big Blue. You should have it at home. We sent it home before the break so that you would have it to practice. If you need to pause the video now to go get your book, you can. Today, we're going to go back over a story we've already read and we've already talked about. We're going to review the story. We are going to review Sam the Cat. It begins on page 20, a 2 and a 0. Turn now to page 20. If you need to pause the video while you find page 20, Sam come back, you can do that now. This story you will remember is about a silly little orange cat. Let's see what happens in the story. Sam Come Back by Susan Stevens Crummell. Illustrated by Janet Stevens. We're going to think about, as we read this story, what do pets need? Sam the cat is on my lap. Sam ran. Sam, come back. Sam ran that way. Nab that cat. See Sam in the sack? Sam ran that way. Nab that cat. See Sam in the pack? Bad Sam. Sam come back. Jack, Jack, Sam is back. Pat Sam on my lap. Good job. Now, I want you to turn back to the beginning, page 20. This time, I want you to read it with Miss Heathcock. Everybody get your tracking finger up so we can keep our place and know where we're reading. Is everyone ready to read with Miss Heathcock this time? Good. Sam come back. Sam the cat is on my lap. Sam ran. Sam come back. Sam ran that way. Nab that cat. See Sam in the sack? There he is, hiding in that sack. What did he grab from the little boy? Well, let's see. He didn't grab it from the little boy. He grabbed it from the mom. Her yarn. That's right. He's being a silly cat, isn't he? Sam ran that way. Nab that cat. Do you know what nab means? Everybody take your tracking finger and put it on the word nab. Tap the sounds if you need help finding the word. N-A-B. Nab. Good. Nab. That sounds like one of our silly made-up words, doesn't it? It's not a silly made-up word. They're chasing Sam. They're trying to catch him so that they can get their yarn back. What do you think that nab means? To grab him, to get him, to catch him. That's right. They want to nab Sam. Can you say nab? Nab. Good job. That means to grab or to catch or to get. Okay, back on page 27. See Sam in the pack. Bad Sam. Sam, come back. Why do they say Sam is bad? What happened? He was in the knapsack? He was in the pack? And then what do you think happened? He ran away. They can't find him. Maybe he went out the window. Maybe he's hiding in the house. Jack! Jack! Sam is back. Who do you think Jack is? The little boy. Yeah, I bet so. Pat Sam on my lap. So silly Sam came back and brought the yarn. Good job reading. Now, let's think about these questions that are on page 30. we're gonna talk about them together. Since you're at home by yourself, there's no need to wait or catch a thought bubble because your friends are not here with you for think time. So you can go ahead and shout out the answer when you think you know it. Let's think about this. What part of the story did you think was funny? Turn to the page you thought was funny. Miss Heathcock thinks it's funny when Sam climbs into the backpack he's trying to hide. Maybe you thought it was funny when he was running from the dog or when he climbed into the paper sack. I think it's funny because he climbed in the pack to try to hide. Okay, back on page 30, number 2. Why do you think the author wrote this story? To tell us about cats, maybe. I think he wrote it just to have fun, a silly story about a silly cat named Sam. Number 3, where does Sam run? Oh, let's look back in the story through the pictures to see. He steals the yarn. He's running away. Where does he run to? He runs outside. How do we know that he ran? Miss Heathcock got an unexpected phone call and it cut our video off. So let's go back to where we were in our story. Miss Heathcock also is going to try to hold the book over so that you can see it. I didn't realize you couldn't see on that side. I'm sorry about that. I'll do better next time. So we were talking about where did Sam run? Well, let's look on page 24. He ran where? Outside. How do we know that he ran outside? Let's read the sentence on page 24 and see if the sentences tell us. Sam ran that way. Nab that cat. Do those words tell us that he went outside? No. How do we know? We look at the picture. Very good. Another word for picture, remember, is illustration. Good. Can you say illustration? That's one of our sparkle words. Woo, give Miss Heathcock those sparkle fingers. Illustration is a big word. It means the picture. So Sam ran outside, then he runs back inside. Good. We know that he's inside because we look at the picture and he's in the house. So he is running all over, isn't he? He might go back outside again or he might be in the house. So question number 3 on page 30 was, where does Sam run? Well, he runs outside, he runs inside, he really runs all over, doesn't he? Why do you think Sam runs there? He's got the yarn. He's trying to get away from Jack and the dog chasing him, isn't he? Jack and the dog want to nab Sam. What did nab mean? To grab or to catch. That's right. Number 4, reread page 24. If you did not know what the word nab means, what could you do to figure it out? Remember when we were on page 24, 2-4, we talked about the word nab. We looked at the picture to help us know Jack and the puppy are trying to catch Sam. So nab must mean to catch or to grab. We can look at the picture to help us figure out words we may not know. And number 5 on page 30 says, look back at page 25. Where does Sam run first? Well, he ran out the door outside and then he runs into the sack. Very good. I want you to think about the word Sam Let's tap the sounds we hear in the word Sam. Sam. What vowel do you hear in the middle of the word Sam? Ah. Good. What vowel says ah? A. Very good. Now, think about the word Sam, and I would say that Sam was a silly cat. Would you say that? Silly Sam. Say silly, say Sam. They both start with what sound? S. Good job. What letter says S? Letter S. So silly and Sam both start with letter S. Good job, boys and girls. I'm so glad that you came to read. Sam, come back with me today. We'll read a few more of our stories and go back over them in the coming weeks. You can get your Big Blue out anytime and look through it by yourself, with your brother or your sister, with your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever is there to help you. They can read along with you. Rereading the same stories over and over is the best way to help us become a better reader. I hope to see you all soon. Bye-bye.